Congratulations on your new website.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a big endeavor. It came about because I started partnering up with a group to create some educational videos. And I learned that people learn better with videos than with texts. So we decided to have a lot of videos on our website to teach our patients about different aspects of orthodontics.
What can people learn about you and your website?
Well, there are different aspects, there are different parts of it. They can learn about how braces are applied. They can learn about how to deal with braces. We have a whole instructions set of videos. They can learn about different type of procedures that go along with braces. They can also see other people who have had braces explain their experience and share their experience with them.
What are some advances in orthodontics over the last 10 years?
Last 10 years. So in the last 10 years, you can see a lot of advances, mainly in three-dimensional scanning and printing and getting away from more digital, more analog, getting into more digital realm. To put it better, nowadays I don't have to take impressions or molds of my patients. I'm sure you had impressions taken when you started, yes. We can scan now, and I have 3D printers that print the models. So that's kind of the route that things are going. Biologically, there aren't that many advances, except for the fact that now we're using very, very light forces, and we're making things more comfortable for our patients.
How has the patient experience changed over the years?
Well, because of these technologies that we talked about, it's changed quite a bit. Number one, the length of treatment has gotten shorter. The variety of treatments have increased. Teenagers can have Invisalign now. They can have braces on the inside of their mouth. They can have regular braces. There are self-ligating braces. And the time they spend in the chair, actually, with us is shortened. The amount of time it takes to apply the brackets has shortened because we do everything indirectly. So we scan, we print the models, we create a mold with the braces in it. So when the patient comes, everything goes on at the same time. And then the wire, the material we use in the wire is such that it gives constant force over a long period of time. So they don't have to come in and get adjusted. So it's much more comfortable. Appointments are further apart, and it's easier for them. Parents and patients appreciate that.
What are you seeing in the trends of adult orthodontics?
Definitely on the uptake. In the last 20 years that I've been practicing, every year we've seen more and more adults seeking orthodontic treatment. And they seek orthodontic treatment for different reasons. It's not for cosmetics always. There is a group of adults who get orthodontic treatment because of functional problems. These are the ones that have either jaw joint problems, or the bite can't come together, or the implants can go in there, and they need to have orthodontics. But then there's a whole other group that have not gotten braces, have put it off, because they weren't aesthetic, and now that I can offer them aesthetic options, they will get braces.
What are some success stories that have involved people who have completed treatment?
Well, hopefully all of them are successful, but some of the stories that come to mind that I can never forget are people, I can't say the name obviously, but I can remember a person who couldn't get braces for the longest time, put it off year after year after year because of aesthetics, and had a tooth that was impacted, that was lodged in. And then finally in 2007, when I offered her lingual braces, that's braces on the inside of the mouth, she got braces, and we were able to fix that. All of these, by the way, there are things like that on the website. So they talk about lingual braces. You can learn about those too. The other success stories that I can think about are youngsters that are really afraid, that initially they can't even fathom you touching them. By the end, before they leave, they want to become orthodontists. I guess my biggest success story is this. 4 of my patients, 3 of them have become my own residents who graduated from orthodontic school. And there are a bunch who've gone to dental school. I don't know how many, because I didn't teach dental school. I teach orthodontic school. But 3 of my own patients have become orthodontists. And I hope that I had something to do with that.
Okay. In some cases, people have really changed their outlook on life, correct?
Oh, sure. You're very perceptive, young man. They have certainly done that. There are people who are very introverted before treatment, after treatment. then they're out there, they're smiling, they're different. They're different with me, they're different with themselves. I think they even sleep better. but there are lots of people, like lots of stories like that. It's hard to pick one. If you give me a few seconds, I can think of a few examples where we had, yesterday I saw this young lady. She's in her mid-40s, and she had been to the dentist many times. She had many spaces between her teeth, so all the teeth were spaced. And that everybody had told her, you need to have jaw surgery. And we ended up working with her, and she finished. Yesterday she finished. And she got up, she hugged me, she was crying, and you could tell in her eyes how happy she was. And I said, all I ask you is to wear your retainers because I don't want to do it again, because it was very tough to do, but you know.
What can people expect the first time they come in?
The first time they come in for consultation, they would have had a lot of materials already, usually through the web, but if not, by mail sent to them. So they have filled out their forms, they know who we are, what we do. And when they get here, they can expect to spend about an hour with us, but about 20 minutes of that is with me or with my partner. And the rest of it is taking photographs and some x-rays, some diagnostic tools, so we can give them an idea, not the exact diagnosis, but an idea where we can go. They can expect to be in a very friendly, nice environment with no pressure, where they will learn about the solutions to some of the problems they want to solve.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Dominic Pisa, ABEX Community News. Thank you so much for coming on board as a student sponsor, and what are your thoughts on this program?
You're welcome, and I think it's great that you get a chance to learn about journalism this way. That's why we sponsor.
What other community activities are you involved in?
We're involved very much in the local activities. We support all the Chamber of Commerces. We're involved in all the schools around us. We support a lot of teams, sport teams. Usually, if there is a patient of mine that needs something and if they're involved, they're passionate about something, I become passionate about it. So we do a lot of that. We also donate free orthodontic treatment to people who can't afford it on a per need case basis.
Well, thank you so much for all you do for the community.
You're welcome. I'm part of it. It's my pleasure. We're all the same community.
Thank you so much for coming on board as a sponsor, and what are your thoughts on this program?
I think it's a wonderful program. I think it's a way for students like yourself to engage with the public and the community, to know about events and things like that are going on. I think it's really wonderful.
What other community activities are you involved in?
Coming up here on June 22nd from 5 to 7, we will be hosting Business After Hours here at RE/MAX under a tent in co-sponsorship with Maumee Valley Title and Ameriprise Financial, Barb Malhoit. We will have Sweetwater Chop House out here having a lot of hors d'oeuvres. Anybody's welcome to come out and join us for our Business After Hours celebration.